one. Okay, so we'll continue our discussions this time by talking about um, one of the important aspects no, of our course is actually going to be on the sociological, the social, as well as the historical foundations of education. And I give credit and I thank very much Sir Shane for lending to us and sharing with us no this material that I'm about to present to you as well. Also, this is a common material that we the teachers of DISS2 are going to be using. No? So, may I confirm? Okay, there. So when you talk about the purposes of education, right? Again, we don't talk about education here as simply the profession of teachers. Education here is a human activity in which we try to pass on knowledge, skills, and values to people. Essentially, education is a way to liberate people from ignorance. And the idea is that if people are educated, then they are in a better position to actually function better in society. Okay? We look at, for example, persons who are differently abled. In the past, we called them persons with disabilities. Those whose physical or even intellectual faculties are not fully developed, and thus they have certain limitations as to what they can do. For decades, for centuries, the focus was on what they cannot do. Until eventually, advocates no, also focused more on empowering them and recognizing that even if there were indeed certain limitations, there are still things that they can do, okay, despite their condition. And this or these are actually aimed no, at making sure that people still feel included, that they feel empowered. But then, what's the purpose no, of education? Looking at etymologies, no, the term siksha, for example, come from the Sanskrit term shash, which means to discipline, to control, to order, to direct, or to rule. This seems admittedly a bit authoritarian. Parang hindi siya liberating, no? Bakit parang may pagdidikta na nagaganap? Especially for us, Filipinos, no, we come from an Oriental culture, meaning to say Oriental, Orients. It means the East, no? So the Eastern hemisphere of the world. So Oriental, Orients, that's where the sun rises. So when you're in the Eastern hemisphere, one of the things that people have said no about studying Oriental cultures is that we tend to be a people who would follow more, who would be more receptive to submitting ourselves to authority, or at the very least, we are better predisposed no, to following. Okay, not to say that we are a type of people who don't have an initiative or who don't have a will of our own, but there is better and greater respect for elders, for those in authority. And we see this not just in Filipino culture, no? We also see this, for example, in cultures like Japan. Okay? However, in Japan, there is a difference in the sense of how the elderly are, for example, taken care of. If you go to the more developed countries in Southeast Asia, including East Asia like Japan, makikita mo, ang mga senior citizens, hindi lamang sila naghihintay, for example, ng uh, support from the government, no? They continue to work. No? So when you go, for example, to ramen shops, when you go to restaurants in Japan, even in fast food chains in Singapore, it is not uncommon for you to actually see that elderly people are employed. They may be doing the simpler tasks. They may not necessarily be engaged, for example, in operating the cash register, but they are still engaged in work. No? And that helps uplift the dignity of human work. Here in Manila, no, in the current term of, I think it's Mayor Lacuna who popularized the idea, no? there is there are standing agreements between the City of Government of Manila as well as major corporations, major companies to deliberately hire senior citizens or to allocate certain portions of their workforce to senior citizens. And we see that, for example, in fast food chains where perhaps the work of the senior citizens will be to clean the tables, to wipe the tables, to busk essentially the tables. No? And here, in that kind of context, no, sa atin, ang elderly sa atin, dito sa Oriental cultures, mas merong paggalang, no? Mas merong willingness or disposed ang mga tao to actually follow or at the very least listen, no? To what the elderly or those in authority will say. Kaya nga, dito sa Sanskrit term na to, discipline, control, order, direct, or rule, even though it sounds authoritarian, it's something that education indeed, no? Education indeed will, I think, inevitably do. Curious ako, you may type this in the chat box. Kung medyo nahihiya kayo, private message na lang sa chat box. Ano ang usual dialogue ng parents ninyo pag kinakagalitan kayo? No, so, ano yung mga classic terms or classic words ng parents na ginagamit sa inyo kapag kakakagalitan kayo o pagsasabihan kayo? I'm curious as to the language parents use, no, in your own experience, if there is something that they need to remind you about. Okay? Anybody? Okay. Papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na. Ang tanda-tanda mo na. Papunta ka pa lang, pabalik. Okay, classic yan. Pag ako nawala, oh, merong gendered reminders. Kababae mong tao, umayos ka nga. Meron ding counterpart yan sa lalaki. No? Diba? Lalaki ka, ba't ka ganyan-ganyan? Ano ba? May ganyan yan. May gendered, no? May gendered terms din yan. Wala ka namang ginagawa dito sa bahay. Ano pa? Oh. Munti ko mabugay yung kape. Senyorita. Oh, ano akala mo? Hindi mo pa kakayanin yan mag-isa. Okay? Gusto ko yung nilalagyan nyo rin siya ng mga ano, ng mga exclamation mark para medyo may feelings. What else? Kaka-cellphone mo yan. That's so true. Lumalaki kang paurong. Ah, merong kaming kabatch na ang classic niyang word kapag ka meron kaming kabarkada na gumagawa ng kalokohan. Sabi niya, pambihira ka naman, tumanda ka pero paurong. Kung kailan tumanda ka tsaka mo ginawa yung mga bagay na parang you would usually expect someone who is less mature by virtue of a younger age to do. Okay? When you become parents, or if you will become parents later on in life, one of the things that parents, no, would eventually realize is they would parent their child practically in a similar manner that their parents actually did the formation. Except, of course, if there were abuse. If there were physical abuse, if there were other forms of abuse, hindi yun syempre uulitin. Pero yung expectations nyo sa magiging anak nyo, sabi nila, ay ganun din. So ngayon, ganito sa Sanskrit term na to. I'm curious, if and when, or if or when you do have, or you do get to have your own child, ano yung hindi mo talaga siya papayagan kahit nasa teenage years na siya? I'm curious. Ano yung bawal na walang permiso mo, hindi niya pwedeng gawin unless payagan mo, unless may permission? Ano yung bawal? So teenager na siya. Okay? Smoking cigars or vape. Smoking. Napapangiti yung iba. Ano pa? Magkaanak. Okay? Paglabas ng walang paalam. Magkaanak, part 2. Pambihira, hindi lang panganay, dalawa agad. Okay. Gastos. Hindi uuwi yung the same day without permission. Yung nagpaalam na lumabas, pinayagan, hindi naman umuwi. Okay? Ano pa? Ano yung mga pagka magulang ka na, hindi mo talaga papayagan yung anak mo kapag teenager siya? Magjowa ng basta-basta. Curious ako. So, paano yung pagjojowa ng hindi basta-basta? No, kasi parang may qualification eh. Bawal yung basta-bastang jowa. So, paano, meron bang way na, na nagka-jowa pero hindi basta-basta? What does that mean? Drugs? Okay. Curiously, in another conversation that I had, though it was not in class, one of my friends said, ay bawal siyang magpuyat. Ako naman sabi ko, paano mo babantayan yun? Likely, nakatulog ka nakakabantay. Hindi pa siya tulog. No? Beach trips without adult supervision. Ah, okay. Intimacy. Bawal. What kind of intimacy? Is this intimacy sa friends? Sa romance? Okay. So, according to the one who said na bawal magjowa ng basta-basta, pwede naman pero dapat ligawan both ang anak and ang parents. Ligawan both ang anak and ang parents. I have a friend na she's about 40 plus years old now, and she had her daughter in her, I think, early 30s. And then only child yon. She's a single mother now, and nagsusupport yung father, no? So cordial naman ang relasyon, no? Hindi estranged yung father, pero hindi lang sila magkasama sa bahay because the father works abroad. So practically, parang she considers herself as a single parent. When the child reached junior high, so this means around 13 or 12 years old, and puberty struck, she began to ask some of our friends who were mothers and who also had experience handling teenagers, both the guys and the girls, how to parent. No? Wala naman ako maambag sa conversation, so umiinom lang ako ng iced tea habang nakikinig sa kanila. And it was so funny when the moment she said, ay nako, maghahanda na ba ako ng shotgun? No? Kasi this mother was saying, maghahanda na ba ako ng shotgun? Maghahanda na ba ako ng ways to protect my daughter? And then there's this one advice that also came from a mother. Sabi niya, kahit naman ihanda mo, kung merong mangyayari, merong mangyayari. Ang mas dapat mong laging ipaalala is kapag may nangyari o mukhang may mangyayari. So, for example, betrayal in terms of friendship, even romantic relationships, or any form of offense done against the child, ang mas dapat mong ipaalala sa anak mo is wag niyang isikreto sa iyo kung anong problema ang pinagdadaanan niya. And that was a very, very important piece of advice na until now, hindi niya makalimutan. Because adolescence, no, and this mother who was giving the advice was explaining, adolescence is usually characterized by a desire to have some form of independence. But independence at some point leads to secrecy. Na kung kailan malala na, tsaka mo lang malalaman. Right? So, education makes us disciplined by controlling our behavior. Curious, when you were in elementary, ano yung mga pinagbabawal sa inyo ng mga gulang ninyo, especially when you were attending a social gathering? May ginawa ka nung bata ka, parang kinagalitan ka o pinagsabihan ka, ano kaya yun? Yung even in the middle of a gathering, hindi talaga pwede. Ano yun? Wearing shorts? Okay? What else? Pag malikot, mag-ingay, bawal. Mag-inarte, pag makalat kumain, maglaro, mag-cellphone. Isang pinagbabawal din na na-notice ko even until now, yung hahawak ang bata ng gamit sa bahay ng iba nang walang paalam. So say for example, they're in the living room or the receiving area, and then the child, out of curiosity, would stand up, go to wherever the displays are, and then would begin touching. Okay lang to look, but not to touch. Okay? Magtago sa room kapag may gatherings. No? And this becomes even more common lalo pa kapag ka merong, kapag adolescent na. No? Unless as a child, yung may bad experience yung bata with some of the people attending. Okay? Now, the Sanskrit term vidya, which means to know, refers to knowledge naturally. Education is the process that leads us to acquire knowledge, experiences, and skills. And now, we also add values, attitudes, and habits. Okay? Now, educare in Latin, okay, it means to bring up, to rise, and to nourish. Students' potentialities should be developed with proper care and nourishment. No? So, dadagdagan mo with proper care and nourishment yung mga potential ng bata. Ito ngayon ang tanong ko, ano ang skill o talent na gusto nyong ma-develop at feeling nyo kaya nyo naman given the right training, exposure, and resources? Dancing, soccer, piano, violin, confidence magbenta para sa antrep, skateboarding, drums. I want to learn how to play the piano and the violin, personally. Driving, always start with the manual. Don't start driving with automatic. It will be easier to transition from manual to automatic. But if you learn automatic at the start, it may be more difficult for you to learn manual later on. Okay? If you're gonna drive, make sure you learn how to drive manual, the stick shift. Electric guitar or tennis. Sabi nung isa, lahat po. No? Lahat po. Free diving. Art. Alright? Ballet. Mixed martial arts. Balik rin natin ngayon ang tanong. Ano yung sure ka na hindi mo talent? Yung hindi mo na rin siya talaga iintindihin pa kasi alam mo namang hindi mo siya talent. Pagkanta, kanta, volleyball, math, drawing, sports, math, dancing. What else? Basketball. To this day, I'm now 35. I've still never been able to properly shoot a basketball in the hoop. Kaya I practically avoided it in PE. Because in college, you had the chance before to choose which PE to take. Basketball was always the first one to go in terms of, being the classes or the sections being full. Iniwasan ko talaga kasi alam ko babagsak ako kung yun ang aking PE. Okay? Sometimes, in education, while we have this goal of nourishing people, of developing their potentialities with proper care and nourishment, sometimes there is a difference, no? Between, or we have to know when it is time to not actually force something, no? Nourishment can happen if It is a two-way thing also. Plus, nourishment can happen if the other party is willing. What do I mean by that? If, for example, you're taking care of a pet, like a dog, kahit anong effort mo to train, sabi nila kapag lumampas na siya dun sa critical period na may matututunan pa siya, at lalo pa kung yung breed ng aso mo is not the more intelligent breed, even if you provide all forms of support, kahit paulit-ulit, marireach na niya yung capacity niya, yung limit niya. One of the famous thinkers, no, in terms of leadership is John Maxwell. And John Maxwell, in one of his books, no, he has several books, and one of them is about the laws of leadership. He was talking something about the law of the lid. Lid, as in takip ng isang garapon. Okay? Ng isang lalagyan. And according to John Maxwell, people have to know, no, what or how far or how high their lid is. Ano ibig sabihin? Hanggang saan ba yung kaya mo? Hanggang saan ka? Kasi kapag hindi mo alam yung iyong hangganan, chances are you'll waste your effort and you'll waste your time. Okay? Example, those who want to play the piano, there is a critical period during which you have to learn how to play the piano. There are people who by virtue of physical problems, say for example with their hands, hindi sila makakapag-play ng piano kahit gustuhin nila. Okay? So dito, sa edukare na function ng education, students' potentiality should be developed with proper care and nourishment. But, okay? But, the potentiality has to exist muna. Nowadays, mas politically correct na ang society. Nowadays, mas nurturing tayo. In contrast to how it was decades ago. In the University of Santo Tomas, we actually have a laboratory high school, junior high, called the Education High School. Kung sa UST Junior High School, ang tuition every year is 90,000 plus. Sa Education High, it's around 20 to 30,000. The reason being, ang mga nagtuturo sa Education High School ay mga estudyante ng College of Education. Okay, so it's a laboratory school. So ang tendency, nabibigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga hindi masyadong maka-afford. Not to say na lahat ng mga nag-aaral sa EHS ay mahihirap. Pero merong pagkakataon yung mga mahihirap to actually study. Right? Kapag ang bata, kahit bigyan mo ng opportunity, pero hindi yun ang potential niya o hindi yun ang hilig niya, mahirap pwersahin. Okay? And that is why in education, you also have to know saan dapat ang isang bagay. Even if you fit in, it doesn't mean you belong. Even if it looks like pwede, you fit, it doesn't mean nandun ka. And this can sometimes be a long journey of discovery also. My suggestion for you, especially because you now have less than 5 years left of studies, including 4 years of college, is for you to spend the time actually trying out different things, including extracurriculars, so that you can actually figure out which things will capture your fancy. One of the big mistakes or at least one of the risks that you may run when you are trying to learn about something that you would like is to just focus on one thing, especially if that one thing has no stability. Di ba sinabi ko kahapon sa mga gustong mag-arts as well as journalism, creative writing, and all those, or yung mga nasa film industry, kapag yan talaga ang gusto nyo, pinagdadasal ko marami kang pera. No? Kasi, it's so easy to do the educare part and to develop the potentialities of people, lalo pa kung merong resources. I remember there was this Reddit post. Low-key rant siya. No? Low-key rant. Kasi 'di ba, meron tayo in society ng mga awards for young people who despite being so young, meaning less than 30, less than 40, marami nang na-achieve. As in kapag community outreach sila, marami talaga silang mga projects na nagagawa. And one reality of life, my dear children, is this. Apart from what you can do, you also need to know how much of a start you are already given. Ano ibig ko sabihin? Often, people who actually get to do a lot of the things that are being awarded also have to check their privilege. Example, I have a friend na who belongs to a political family in Cainta. Okay? Nakilala ko itong kaibigan kong ito last June when I think pa kami kakilala. Yeah. So, I was in Lourdes in France last June for a pilgrimage, a solo pilgrimage. And then, dahil puro foreigner ang nandun, ang daling makaspot ng Filipino. Kasi, um, nung ni-recite yung Hail Mary pero Tagalog, which is Aba Ginoong Maria, narinig ko nagre-recite din siya. Kasi nagre-recite din naman ako kasi finally naintindihan ko na yung Hail Mary. It was during the Rosary. So after the procession, the prayers and all that, we struck a conversation and then lo and behold, as fate would have it, pareho pala kami na naging prof sa Ateneo. Okay? So we had no any indication that we would have something in common. Okay? And then little did I know that she belonged to a political family in Cainta. Okay? And then, bilang isang research teacher, kasi research ang tinuturo ko talaga, eventually, I sought her permission to actually get to know a bit, no, about her on social media. But I did not even see her social media. When I did the Google search, I actually saw her awards. And she was telling me, you know what? There was one Reddit post that was actually low-key bashing me. I asked why. So she was taking her master's degree in Oxford at the time that I met her in June. And then she was saying, yeah, because they were saying that the reason why I got my awards is because I belong to a political family in Cainta. I said, okay, what was the effect of that on you? Did you feel dampened, no, knowing that you did exert good effort and you just ended up getting recognized? Sabi niya, well, it simply made me realize that at the end of the day, you still have to check your privilege, no? Kasi sabi niya, maraming nagdo-donate through me, maraming nagdo-donate through my non-profit, and that's partly because I carry the name of a political family. No? It's just more convenient and expedient for me to actually help out, for them to help me out, because it may not be immediate, but at some point, no? At some point, there is going to be that benefit. So, ang una niyong gagawin kapag gusto niyong in-nurture ang potentialities ninyo, tingnan niyo saan ba kayo nagsisimula. Okay? Based on your situation, saan kayo nagsisimula. At napakahalagang malaman mo saan ka nagsisimula para maunawaan mo rin na hindi mo rin naman kasi pwede talagang ikumpara ang sarili mo sa iba mong mga classmates at sa iba mong mga kaedad na iba-iba ang estado sa buhay. Educere, to lead out, to draw out, and to bring forth, or to bring form. The innate capabilities of the child should be properly cared for and be given space to develop. So, potentiality, capability. Kung ikaw yung tipo ng bata na nung elementary ka, no? Uh, ang daming mga summer classes na pina-attend sa'yo. Nagkumon ka, nagballet ka, nagganito ka. Tuwing summer na lang may mga pinapagawa sa'yo. That is a form of privilege. But it's not always the case that you automatically get to develop a liking for it. Parents know na kapag ine-expose nila ang bata sa ganyang mga bagay, it is a way for them simply to test kung may interest ang bata, kung may hilig o wala. Okay? In educere, we have to find out the innate capabilities of the child so that they can be given space to develop. Sa formal educational system natin, from kinder all the way to junior high school, the presumption is, okay, ang mga bata would have similar capabilities or at least should have similar capabilities. Kaya walang strand until junior high. Sa senior high lang nagkaroon itong system na meron tayong strands precisely because ang original vision ng K to 12 no for senior high is to figure out ano yung mga pwedeng i-develop based on the specific skill set ng bata. Okay. Educatum is the act of teaching and training. The teacher, and this is not necessarily just a classroom teacher, through education provides instructions and gives direction to mold the student's abilities. So here, paano mo ngayon? Okay, I'd like you to share in the chat box. What are the characteristics needed for someone to be a teacher? I'm not talking about limiting it only to professional teachers. Yung tulad namin. Pero, paano magiging believable ang isang tao na gustong maging guro? Anong mga katangian? And this time, I'd like you to put it in the chat box for everyone to see. Okay? Let's give a few minutes. Okay? It's interesting that the first and most repeated so far is patience. No? Meron ding wisdom. Meron ding competence. What else? What are characteristics that people who would want to be teachers should have? Cesar, anak, when you say emphatic, ibig sabihin nag-emphasize o empathetic, yung putting yourself in the shoes of others? You have to be clear. Which one? Emphatic means forcefully sasabihin niya isang bagay. That's emphasis. Empathetic, yun namang parang you put yourself in the shoes of the other person. Communication skills, adaptability, empathetic. Okay. Patience. Okay. Willingness to learn more. Commitment. Sige, dagdag yun na yung compassion para kompleto na. Humble. Okay. Allow me to share something that is an important characteristic of a teacher or someone who would want to teach others that I learned from Khalil Gibran. No, I don't know if I mentioned this in class already. Yung hindi mo i-expect na yung tinuturuan mo, automatic kasing galing mo na. Tapos yung kapag nagpakita siya ng potential talent pero hindi mo nga siya kasing galing o hindi mo siya pareho, magagalit ka o mafrustrate ka. That's not the way it should work. Okay? The reason why someone is still learning is precisely because the skills are not yet comparable to yours. The knowledge level is not yet comparable to yours. Kaya ka teacher. Okay? Kaya napakahirap kapag ka ang teacher galit na galit sa mga ignoranting tao. Kapag ang teacher ay nagagalit sa mga tao hindi alam, pero nagtatanong naman para nga malaman niya, problema yon. Nakakainis kapag ka yung tao hindi alam tapos ayaw alamin. One tip in your career later on, kapag ka tinanong kayo ng boss nyo ng isang bagay at ang totoo naman ay hindi mo alam, wag na wag mo sasabihin, hindi ko po alam. Ang sabihin mo, aalamin ko po. Okay? Kasi, pag sinabi mong aalamin ko po, gets naman na yon, hindi mo nga alam. But when you simply say, hindi ko alam, that is defeatist. Hindi mo na aalamin. Wala ka ng balak aralin. Okay? And it's very important that you actually get to know or show a willingness to learn something beyond what you already know. Kahit anong galing at pasensya ng tao, kung wala willingness to learn, wala rin. In the same manner, it's possible na kahit anong willingness to learn ng bata, kung hindi marunong o hindi magaling magturo, sayang ang oras. Sayang ang potential. Okay? Kaya, Kayo rin, as students, especially now that you're older, you get to realize, hindi kami pare-pareho as teachers. No? Napakalayo ng aming mga katangian sa isa't isa. There will be those na tatatak sa inyo. Okay? For good reasons or for bad reasons. Usually, we remember the extremes, the very good and the very bad. No? And here, it's so crucial that if ever you would end up becoming a teacher, not formally, but at the very least mentoring someone, ang isang bagay, dapat tanungin mo muna siya, ano yung hindi niya gets? Huh? You have to begin where the learner is. Okay? Okay. Educo means out of and to lead. No? So the child has innate or inborn potentialities. It should be developed, but how and by whom? When you educate children, you cannot do it with just the teacher alone. Parents have to be there. No? Parents have to be there. Hindi rin pwede naman na si parent nagagalit kapag si teacher hindi sila pareho ng tinuturo o hindi sila pareho ng style ng pagtuturo. One of my former students, no, they worked on a research, I think that was about helicopter parenting. No? And this was in senior high. So they did helicopter parenting as their study. And essentially, the question was, what was the impact of helicopter parenting, if there's any impact at all, on the academic performance of the child? And the way that helicopter parenting was done is essentially, they would hover, no? Yung mga parents, yung parang stage parents and all, yung parang very, very much involved sila sa academic activities ng kanilang anak to the point that it becomes so suffocating. Okay? And at times, because of that because of that great involvement, okay, there is now a problem in terms of the ability of the child to develop some form of independence. Okay? Kasi nga, masyadong kinokontrol. So, in the process of education, you have to give people time also to learn something. All right. Educatus, to bring up, to rear, to educate. Educatio, it is a breeding, no? Rearing up and bringing up. Now, what do these etymological or etymologies have in common? No? Number one, education is needed for a progressive society and is targeted to bring the overall prosperity to the individual by unfolding his or her potentialities. What does this mean? Kapag ang isang tao hindi na-develop ang potential niya, hindi natin masasabi na yung kanyang magiging buhay is the best version or the best possible outcome that the person can have. Okay? Ang prayer ko para sa inyo, kung during your college years, meron kayong mga potential at meron kayong mga talent or interest na kailangan nyo munang i-park simply because resources might be a problem, hindi pwedeng pagsabay-sabayin, sana kapag ka mas okay na financially in terms of resources and all, balikan nyo yung mga talents nyo. Similar to what I was talking about yesterday, for those who would pursue a second degree, for example, in music. Okay? Next, in terms of the potentialities also, it is crucial that an individual, a society, a nation, and the whole world will flourish through a system which is called essentially as education. In this kind of educational system, no, in this kind of educational system, it is important that people know what their roles are and essentially what aims they want to achieve. Ang hindi natin nagagawa, no? Ito yung feeling ko kulang eh. Kulang sa atin sa Pilipinas. Laging yung mga schools, yung mga teachers, ang DepEd, ang CHED, laging sila ang tinitingnan natin na dapat ito ang tinuturo ninyo. Pero merong puwang, no? At merong kakulangan in terms of also guiding parents on what should actually be taught by parents at home. Okay? Example, good manners and right conduct are of course going to be formed in school. May subject for that. Pero, dati wala naman yan. Bakit? Kasi dati, klaro, na yung ganyang usapan, bago mo papuntahin ang bata sa paaralan, matino dapat ang ugali niyan. Kasi ang magulang ang dapat na matinong ehemplo ng kanyang anak. Right? So, at this point in time, I will break you off into breakout rooms. Okay? This is going to be part of a few of the process no that you will undertake as you begin with your performance task. So dapat i-take note nyo yung mga mapag-uusapan ninyo dito sa activity natin na to. Okay? So, the first thing na gagawin, okay, is you'll be joining one another in a group, no, randomly assigned. And in that particular group, I'd like you to think of children who are not yet school age. Okay? The output is a list of things na dapat ginaguide ang parents. Itong mga bagay na to, dapat mong ituro sa anak mo bago siya pumasok sa school. Hindi ito puro lamang knowledge, hindi ito puro lamang skills. Kailangan meron din itong values, attitudes, and habits. Okay? Each of you, each group, is going to come up with a Google document, which you will also submit, of course, on Canvas at the end of the discussion. Okay? So, okay, so we have 26. I will be opening 5 rooms. And this will be randomly assigned. Okay? So, muli, ano ang ating output? Ano ang ating output? Lagay sa chat box. Sorry class for my voice and my sipon and all that. So ano ang ating output? Guide or list of things na dapat ituro sa anak mo bago mo papasukin sa school. Ano yung expected na edad ng mga bata? We're looking at children who are how young? 2 to 5 before school age. Actually, it's 0 to 4. 0 to 4 ito. It should be 0 to 4. Now, are we limiting it to knowledge? Ano yung mga dapat na ilalagay natin? Knowledge, values, attitudes, as well as habits. Okay, skills, attitudes, habits. Sino ang audience ng inyong output? Sino yung dapat na magbabasa niyan? Kanino nyo dapat sinasabi? Parents. Good. Saan nyo ngayon ilalagay ang output? Google Docs? Saan nyo naman isasubmit? Canvas. And I'll be opening a submission bin. This will be your output until the end of the class. All right? So, at around 10:25, I will be closing the rooms. But by which time, so that means you will have 35 minutes, kumpleto na dapat yung inyong list and ready for submission. The reason why I am going to do that is so that wala na kayong iuuwing assignment. Okay? At sigurado na kung sino lang ang nandito, yun lang ang makaka-submit. Okay? So, I'll be opening the breakout rooms now. Oh, sorry. There's a message first. Sir, may maximum minimum po ba na nakalist o wala naman po? Wala naman po. Pero sa minimum, anak, dapat at the very least naman, merong dalawa per person. Sa 35 minutes, I'm pretty sure naman, at least may dalawa kayong maiisip. But, do not repeat. Do not repeat. And then, after each entry, you have to include a brief explanation as to why that is important. Okay? So you have to include a brief description or a brief explanation. Ba't mahalaga yun? Okay? Clear? Okay. I will be in the main room. Should you have any questions?